FREXIT. June 23, 2016, the United Kingdom held a referendum in which the UK citizens voted to be the first nation to formally leave the European Union. Has this unprecedented political decision inspired other nations to follow in the footsteps of the UK? However, those closely following European politics have noted that France may be the next nation in line to withdraw their membership from the European Union. Welcome to Savvy Few, where we keep you up to date on what's going on in today's economy. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and bell notification so you can stay up to date on the world's economy. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, is beginning to face a steadily growing demand to follow the United Kingdom and withdraw from the European Union. Recently, a daily media outlet in France named Le Tribune published an article attempting to explain why France has one of the highest unemployment rates relative to the other largest economies in the world. Le Tribune, in their findings, declined to mention France's membership within the European Union and the introduction of the euro in the 1970s as a factor contributing to the continuous economic collapse France has been undergoing since joining the European Union. By omitting the link between the gradual decline of the French economy and France's adoption of the euro, the article published by Le Tribune has left many French citizens outraged. Campaigners for FREXIT have taken advantage of the public outrage and have been convincing an increasing number of its citizens to become more skeptical of the strength and stability of the euro and the European Union. The leader of the Generation FREXIT movement, Charles-Henri Gallois, cites France's steadily high unemployment rate of 8% being a direct result of remaining a member of the European Union. With many citizens of France feeling distrustful of the overbearing European Union, it should come as no surprise that when the European Union recently announced a proposed increase in retirement age, more fuel was added to the anti-union fire. Generation FREXIT leader Gallois cited in his most recent attack of the French government that by 2070, the average age of people leaving the labor market in the European Union would increase by 1.6 years for men and 1.8 years for women. Many of France's citizens also took to social media to voice their outrage against this announcement from the European Union, with one vocal citizen stating that those who pass this law have never worked hard jobs and do not pay taxes, because they manage to tax even the morning coffee bill. The citizens of France are growing to be increasingly frustrated with European Union politicians making decisions for the betterment of the Union and ignoring what is best for the economy and people of France. The last time that the French public was surveyed about their feelings toward the European Union was in 2005, where 55% of those surveyed voted against the European Constitutional Treaty of the same year. No referendum since the opposed constitutional treaty in 2005 about membership within the European Union has been conducted. Since the United Kingdom left the European Union and thus stopped contributing to it financially, France has been forced to make up a large portion of the lost contributions. Now that the United Kingdom has formally exited from the European Union, the financial contribution expected from France increased from 5 billion euros to 29 billion euros per year. This was only the first time that the annual payment made by France to the European Union has skyrocketed. The beginning of the global financial crisis caused by the pandemic has caused France's payment to soar even higher to an annual 40 billion euros. In a few short years, France has been expected to increase their annual payments to 8 times greater than they were initially. These staggering increases in annual payments to the European Union are not voted on by the citizens of France, and it has left many French citizens wondering why they are left cleaning up the mess that the United Kingdom has caused with their departure from the European Union. The creation of the European Union was chiefly driven by a desire to create a monetary system that operates in a similar fashion to the United States, and to create a central one European government that would be able to put an end to ongoing and future wars. The creation of the euro came with the promise of establishing a singular interest rate, of which all member states of the European Union would share, has failed to become a reality. The creation of a unified, singular shared interest rate would have only been possible if the debts of all member states were combined into a shared, consolidated debt. Upon the planned consolidation of debt, each member state of the European Union would be able to act in a similar manner that each state in the USA does today. This plan of unifying debt, however, was outright rejected by Germany when they first joined the European Union. The German Chancellor at the time, Helmut Kohl, understood the German population would never be in support of taking on the debts of other European Union member states. Germany therefore refused to support debt consolidation, as Kohl feared the German citizens would rise against the decision and overthrow Kohl's government. This, in part, has resulted in a failed attempt to create a unified interest rate among European member states, and has failed to result in a similar economic system to the international heavyweight that is the United States. A major economic pressure facing the European Union is steadily aging populations of the member states. In 2019, 90.5 million people over the age of 65 comprised just over 20% of the population within the European Union. It is predicted that by the year 2100, this number of citizens over the age of 65 will reach 129.8 million, which is predicted to be nearly a third of the European population. The gradual aging of the European population, combined with birth rates that have been steadily falling for decades, will leave the tax base of the European Union desperate for revenue. As populations age, a larger percentage of citizens will be collecting pensions and be retired from the labor force, thus creating less taxable income for the European government, while at the same time increasing expenditures that need to be paid out to the retired citizens. As a result, one of the solutions proposed to this issue has been to adopt an open-door policy for immigration to help curb the issue of the aging population. The European Union has realized that without a fresh base of young taxpayers, the economic system will be susceptible to collapse, and potentially even a revolution from the European citizens, once their benefits will no longer be affordable for the government of the European Union. The member states of the European Union, as of 2019, harbored 10% of the world's immigrants. Many citizens in France feel that the steadily increasing number of immigrants, particularly Muslims, are changing the national identity of France. As a result, tensions within the French citizens are beginning to boil over. Some political experts are even beginning to cite concerns over a civil war in France, potentially beginning as a direct pushback against the overbearing European Union. An increasing number of the French population are pressuring their government to withdraw from the European Union. If this happens, will the European Union and the euro fail? France has already been left to deal with much of the mess that Brexit has caused within the European Union. How will the current member states be able to continue to support the European Union's ever-growing demand for financial contributions if France is the next to leave? With anti-European Union sentiment on the rise in France, we may not have to wait much longer until we get to find out. Thank you for watching. Please like this video. It greatly helps the channel reach more savvy viewers like you who want to stay updated on the world's economy. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button with the bell notification to get notified every time we post a new video. Until next time.